Yellow Sea, the best example of an epicontinental seabed found on Earth. Since the last glacial maximum, part of the land, which was once a continental boundary, has been submerged because of rising sea levels and has become a shallow sea. The area has changed into a vast continental shelf, being located along the Pacific Ocean's Ring of Fire, an area with an abundance of volcanic activity and earthquakes. As a result of rising sea levels, thousands of islands have been created along the southwest coast of Korea, an area with a high concentration of tall mountains along the Yellow Sea. Most of Korea's major rivers run to the southwestern coast, supplying an abundance of sediments from the lands they flow through. This area has large tidal ranges of up to 10 meters. Rapid tidal currents due to macrotidal ranges have created complex channels between numerous rocky islands. With a tide which flows in and out every 6 hours, terrigenous sediments accumulate to form various tidal flat landforms. The tidal flats of Korea, of which inscription on the UNESCO World Heritage List is underway, are comprised of the Socheon, Gochang, Sinan, and Bosang Suncheon Getbols. The Gochang Getbol is an open-embayed type of tidal flat, formed along Gomsoman Bay from east to west. Islands are located at both the inner and outer sides of Gomsoman Bay. A spectrum of the tidal flats here link with sand, mud, and mixed flats from the outer to the inner part of the bay and can be most well observed at this site. The Gochang Getbol corresponds to the area where most of the rocky islands have disappeared after being subsumed over the years by mud sediments. 5,531 hectares of the Gochang Getbol contain the habitat and feeding space for benthos, such as the tiger crab, as well as bird species like the oriental stork. Various sedimentary landforms can also be seen in the open-embayed tidal flat. 1,880 hectares of buffer zone have been set up in order to protect the tidal flat and its organisms from potential threats. Due to the embayed characteristics of Gomsoman Bay, sand flats, mixed flats, and mud flats are, respectively, developed as one approaches shore. Characteristic sedimentary bodies like chenier, salt marshes, and rocky habitats in the Gochang Getbol exhibit incredible geodiversity. Chenier are formed by storms when shells and sand are piled upon mud. Its shape can be changed by strong typhoons. The chenier found here is the largest of its kind in South Korea. As a result of the continental monsoon climate, the open Gochang Getbol shows the most dynamic and distinctive seasonal changes of its sedimentary facies, just as the Socheon Getbol does. 194 benthic diatom species, 9 marine algae species, 255 macrobenthos species, and 90 waterbird species inhabit the Gochang Getbol, which totals 548 different species of creatures. Notably, this tidal flat exhibits the highest species diversity of benthic diatoms amongst the different components of the nominated area. In the mudflats situated on the inner part of the bay, Japanese mud crabs and fiddler crabs live as the dominant species in the mudflats, while the communities of polychaetes and surf clams do likewise in the sand flats. Waterbirds are the keystone species in the sand flats. Due to the reclamation of neighboring tidal flats, the Gochang and Socheon tidal flats have acquired greater importance as stopover sites for migratory birds. Located in the East Asian Australasian flyway, the Gochang Getbol supports approximately 41,000 waterbirds during migration. Amongst this group are 18 different species of endangered migratory birds registered on the IUCN Red List, including spoonbilled sandpipers and oriental white storks, as well as Saunders's gulls. Notably, the Gochang Getbol supports the largest number of oriental storks amongst the components of the nominated area. What's more, the tiger crab, an endemic species in the Yellow Sea, which is known to be the only species of its monotypic genus in the world, and the lampshell or so-called living fossil also inhabit the Gochang Getbol. Local residents have exhibited great interest in the conservation of the tidal flat. The Ramsa Gochang Getbol Center, which has been in operation since 2016, runs diverse education programs in collaboration with local fishermen for both eco-guides and young people. The Gochang Getbol for locals, the Gochang Getbol for future generations. The Gochang Getbol is the outset of Korea's first ecological capital city.